Some of the things we fear are possibilities. If we do this, then this might happen. Well, this is not like that. Some judges are letting violent criminals out on low or no bond, and they are hurting people. We will show you if you don't believe us.
Adrian Cameron Jr. leapt onto Nashville's most wanted list. The 19-year-old is accused of robbing and murdering California rapper Chris King outside of a music studio last weekend. It's not like it's a surprise. He was out on bond for another murder in 2021. The judge let him out on $100,000 bond. That's just $10,000, and put him on an ankle bracelet. He cut it off just before the alleged murder. For many, it's as plain as that giant 357 gang tattoo on Mr. Cameron's neck. He was too dangerous to let out on bond.
We do have example after example, and sadly, we don't always hear about them. But there are so many of them now, they're starting to stack up, and there's attention is being paid, and thank the Lord, attention is being paid. We've got to be serious about this.
Looking at low bond is like looking into a bottomless well of misery. Remember Easter Sunday? How shocking a man killed one person and shot 5 others at Easter brunch at the busy and charming little roasted restaurant in Salem Town.
Shocking until you think about it. Anton Rucker's the alleged shooter. He's just out on a $50,000 bond for this crazy road rage incident in Rutherford County. So $5,000, he pays $5,000. That gets him a seat at this table Easter Sunday where he allegedly wounds 7 people. That sounds shocking, but it's not. This is his record. 20 years of crime after crime after crime. 20 years of suffering victims. How do you even call it shocking?
It's just, what in the world? But you know what? That could have been prevented. That guy was out on a very low bond for something that he had already done that was very similar to that. He was a felon. He was carrying a weapon. He had a long criminal history. Why are we letting him back out on the street? Because that's his job. His job is violence, addiction, chaos, and victimization. That's his job.
Again, recent headlines. A woman threatens to shoot up a daycare in the Bellevue area. She has a gun. Her bond is only $37,000. Shanika Coward gets to go home immediately for just $3,700. Remember, for bond, you only put up 10%. Out the same day. Here's a question. If you're angry and commit a crime and go home the same day, have you changed your mind about anything?
If whatever your normal is your normal, you're going to continue it until you have an intervention, even if you've been arrested for a crime.
And we've interrupted interventions, haven't we?
Interrupted interventions.
What's happening here? The right to bail is in the Tennessee Constitution. Quote, that all prisoners shall be bailable by sufficient sureties unless for capital offenses. Also, the ability to pay bond is a constitutional consideration for judges. So if you're poor and you can't pay, judges can reduce or let you out with no bond. This is exactly what's happening in Tennessee. But how can you consider poverty more important than public safety? Because public safety is also a constitutional bond consideration. Representative William Lamberth, Majority Leader in the Tennessee House of Representatives.
So how do we keep our community safe? That's the number one thing that any judge or magistrate should be looking at is, again, bond is to ensure the safety of the community and ensure the appearance of the defendant. We want to make sure that that safety of the community is the number one. That's the first thing they're looking at.
Leader Lamberth is leading a charge to change laws in Tennessee to make the state safer from violent criminals. Because remember, as powerful as judges are, they still have to follow the law.
And the legislative branch serves directly the people of Tennessee. And we've heard loud and clear from our constituents that they want to be safer in their communities. And so we're changing those laws that some folks have taken advantage of to put violent criminals out on the street.
Now accused double killer Mr. Cameron will probably be finally kept in jail. Too late for his victims.
Not laws, several of them. We are going to continue this deep probe into Low Bond Monday with a look at how some of these new laws might change some of these recent headlines. I'm Dennis Ferrier, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.